Hello everyone, welcome to AlShaw94 and welcome back to the return of The Room Old Sins. Now, as I'd said in a previous video about reviving this channel, The Room Old Sins was going to come back as a weekly series, and this is the start of that today. Of course, The Room Old Sins will be joined by Orwell and when it launches, FIFA 20. Without further ado, let's get into this video. Now, when we left off last time, we just completed the Curiosity Room. We've also now got this artifact, which we will now open up, and let's see what's inside. Okay, we have a curiously engraved device. Okay, now this looks like it can be converted, so let's go and do that. Cool, okay. Now we've got lots of various different pictures along each of these segments, and I think what needs to happen is each fan segment needs to match up with the previous fan segment's character. So going from the bottom, that looks like the Grim Reaper, who doesn't really have a fork, I don't think, but he should have a scythe. Okay, so no scythe either, so I don't think that's correct. So let's move on and flip the other segment and see what's inside. And it's a farmer. Now a farmer might have a fork. I think it's more likely that that's going to be a fork. Okay, so moving around, we've now got a knight. A knight, I don't think has a whip. Maybe if that's his kind of thing. But he should have a sword, and that's correct. Then we've got a lady who either has that or maybe an axe. We'll try it. Then we've got a fisherman. Not sure on that one. So that is likely correct. The king has likely got a trumpet. The executioner has that executioner thing, which means that when we flip this over... Oh no, it's still wrong. Okay. So that's definitely correct. Or is it? No, that's going to be correct. It's on the other side as well, but a bit clearer. Oh no, are these different images? They are different images, so maybe I should do it. Maybe I should focus on this side instead. Jester has that, yes. The Grim Reaper has that, yes. There we go. Okay, so what was different on the other side then? Oh, okay, so there's the full image there, but that's okay. We've now got an engraved model roof, which must go somewhere on this model, and likely it's going to be on top of here, so let's put that on. Nice. And let's see what else in this model house is going to change. I think we've now got access to the garden area, so let's have a deep dive inside. Oh man, this game is so good. Honestly, man, this... Here we go. So we're now inside the garden area. There should hopefully be a book in here that we can also learn a bit more about this game and about our situation. We've also got here a pipe, which I think goes back into the kitchen to reroute the water. Here's the book. It is called Formal Garden by Mrs. Dorothy Williams. Let's have a look and see what's inside this. I know by feel that this letter is different. The endless demands of progress are light. This has weight. Terrible, ominous weight. I watch the contents spill across my desk, the detailed notes, the sketches of my apparatus. There is no mistaking the artist. My wife and betrayer is herself betrayed by her own hand. Poor, naive Abigail. How could you possibly believe the Circle would not be watching? They have now. There will be no more delays. Oh my... A very sure person there. So, we've got a pipe system here. Water must feed down into this segment. I don't think there's anything else in here yet that we can do, which is okay. Let's have a look around just to make sure that we're not missing anything else. I think this all needs water. So why don't we go back? Does this need water? It needs something. It's missing a wheelie thing. Okay, what we'll do, we'll go back to the kitchen. We will place that pipe in, which is currently going one direction. We will then repurpose that pipe. Now, this is something that we need to do. This might mean that this area gets infected. Okay, not being infected just yet, which is good news, because I don't... So that must mean that we're missing something else in here then, possibly. In fact, there's the little model well that we put in. So we'll go back out now, and we'll see what's changed in the garden area. Okay, so back inside the garden now, and yes, indeed, the water has now gone onto that system. We can now take this metal dial, which should now mean that we can work on that central model on the inside, which is this model here. Let's put that in. Now, what does that do? So that now actually freely moves about, which is good. So, looking at this, it looks like we've got a series of gargoyles, which we need to align into the right position. So that's now matched up. So I guess now it's just matching them all up in sequence, and each of these is going to have a different way of being together. So we'll just match them up initially, and then we'll work out how they all need to lie in a second. So they're now all matched up. So we've got one that's like that, one that's now upside down, and one that's on its side. So to match up this to that, we'll put that down, and we'll put that down. So then if that needs to be up like that, that basically means that this has to come full circle. That goes up to the top, and they should now match. Yes, they do. That's good. And now we've just got this, which is also upside down. So again, we will just unpick that and unpick that, because that's incorrect. So if we want this to be matching up like that, that's going to mean we need this segment here and this segment here. Yes, all correct. This is what I love about this game so much, is that when you do one little tiny bit, and then another part of the puzzle like emerges and evolves, and I find that so interesting. Okay, so we've now got these. Well, that looks like a planet almost. Okay, and these moving pieces at the top. Now this circle is currently onto this half crescent moon, which doesn't work. This crescent moon is in the way of a half moon, and this half moon is in the way of the full moon. Okay, so let's start moving these pieces about. They've probably all got to go in a certain direction, don't they? So, in fact, while that's up the top, let's move this down. Lovely. Now that crescent moon needs to go back. Okay, this is going to take a little bit of time, but that is A-okay. So if I put this piece down here to start with, I can then move this full moon across. That can go down. That can then go all the way across. That goes up. And that piece is now in the correct place, which is good. So now we just got to work on the crescent moon and the half moon. Now, let's have a little bit of a think about this. I'm going to put this piece just here, because that should mean that I can move this piece all the way along, move that down, that can go into the middle, that goes up, and that is now in position. And then we just need to take this piece again, feed that all the way down and across, lay that pillar piece down, get that up the top. There we go, we've done it. Okay, are we going to get any extra piece of the puzzle? We do. We get another piece that we can put onto the model. This is a piece of intricate ironwork. Okay, that's closed very ominously. So we've still got this pole we need to put down somewhere, and we've got this piece of intricate framework. We're going to go back now to the model. There's nothing else that we can do here, I don't think. And we're going to put that piece of intricate work in now, and we're going to see what else we can unveil. Okay, so this is where it's going to go. Oh my. That's gone into the kitchen now. Okay, so let's go into the kitchen. Let's find out what this actually does, because this might be the last thing that we do now before the kitchen starts to get taken. It looks like it is. So, does this just... Oh, it does. And then this must just turn to unveil another strange artifact. Yes, that is it. The kitchen is now being absorbed by the black tentacles of corruption. That's it. No more kitchen. That's another piece of this model house now completed. And now it starts to take that next seal on the model house. Kitchen complete. The valves to the heart of this house are now blocked, yet still it breathes. As each room closes, the seal weakens, and I am one step closer to the null. Oh, okay, so normally I would end it here, but unlike the other games, although there's not really like a chapter complete, it's just a room complete. So I'm going to keep going for a little bit longer. So we've got this strange artifact again. Let's see what's inside. We've got a mechanical wooden box which must have... So this... Yes, that goes like that. We've got railings now. Am I missing something? Ah. Okay, so they go up. Ah, okay. We've now got a model staircase. Okay, that's cool. So that must go somewhere else on the model. And let's have a quick look around. Doesn't look like it goes there. Here it is, just here. It's going to go right in there. Now, does that mean another portion of the house is going to be unveiled for us? I think it is. Another mysterious room for us to explore. This might be where the pearl goes. Let's find out if that is the case. The Japanese gallery is where we are at now. Let's have a look. This chair has got a book on it, so let's read the book and let's find out. This is a history of Japan by Colonel James Linares. Here we go. I find Edward in Father's curiosity room, and it is like the sun dawning. Dawn. I find Edward in Father's curiosity room, and it is like the sun dawning. I feared he would never leave that study again. I see the pages in his hands, crumpled, torn, unmistakably mine. I try to explain, but his eyes look clean through me. I warn him, plead with him, but he is deaf to me. He says I have betrayed him. I have damned us both, destroyed his work, both our lives. I can sense it throughout him. Now the wrongness, the taint I felt outside the study door. In this moment, I know my Edward is gone, and no help is ever to come. I have only one choice. Okay, so obviously with Edward going after this non-element and become so obsessed with it, she knows now that he's gone. Not the same person now that he once was. So we've got this cool looking cabinet here, so let's see if we can make any sense of it. Can we do anything here? Okay. Oh, that's kind of strange. So we've got a carved stone sphere. We can change this as well, so that's good. Okay, so this other fragment here can be changed, can it? Can that be moved? Yes. So that moves that. So we've got that top piece to go, but I think it's hidden behind this. This doesn't move yet. I think it's missing another piece in there, so that's okay. What about this top section here? That's a door. That's a clam, and I think it needs a blade to pop it open. But I think that's likely where that pearl's going to reside, I think. This piece here, does that come out? Yes, it does. But we can't move anything in here just yet. That's okay. What else can we see on this model? Not much else. Okay, so we've got now some cool looking dragons there. I don't think we're going to go to that just yet. We have got an eye. I think that's where this is. I think that's where that resides. Ooh, and as that tentacle just lifts up and around. Okay. Cool, so that's now put something in place. But I don't think I have anything to put into it just yet. Okay, so if I put that there, and if I put that in there. Okay, so I've now got an ornate wooden capsule. I'm just going to give that a bit of a turn. Cool. Okay, so what have we got? So they move. So we've got a fly. Okay, so this is like the food tree, I think. So the fly is eaten by the bird. Is it eaten by a bird? Or is it eaten by the spider? Probably by the spider. The spider is then eaten by the bird. And the bird is eaten by the cat. Is that correct? Yes, I think it is. Cool, so this now, that portion, that little slot we saw earlier, that's where this belongs on the cabinet. So let's have a look inside there. Okay, there we go. So we've now got an unfinished wooden sculpture. And I think now we can now plonk this where that squid or octopus was on the top here. Nice. Okay, so what can I do with this now? I can go like that. I think that that's now locked in place. Or I can go like that. Or I can go like that. Okay, cool. I'm a bit stuck though at the moment with what I'm supposed to do with this. Okay, because is there anything that the dragons can help us with, even with a little bit of help from the... So that clearly is where something belongs, that little slot there. I don't think there's anything else that I could do right now with these dragons. Let's have a quick look at them. Okay, no, that doesn't look like they do anything just for now. I think there's something else there is missing. Okay, so this must be the blade, but in order to get that blade out, something else has to move then, surely. That's not going to let me take that, is it? No. Okay, so, have a quick look. There's a fingerprint icon there. Oh, this must move. Does this move now? Not yet. Ah, it moves now though. There we go. So that now frees that last portion to get the spear out. It's a harpoon now. Harpoon. Does that belong in the submarine room? I suspect that might do. Let's go back. I think that belongs where we had that harpoon before. Was it in this room? Oh, it does. It belongs here. Okay, so does this fit inside of there? It does. Does that slide in? Probably not. So, can we now lock this? Oh, yes. Okay, then we take aim and fire, I guess. Aim for the golden circle. I guess. Yep, and then fire. Okay. Cool. That's now dropped the bell. I'm going to end this episode here, though. We will find out in the next one what is going to happen with that bell. We can continue playing the room out in. So thank you so much for watching. If you like what you saw, hit that like button below. Don't forget to subscribe and hit that bell for any notifications. And I will see you in the next one.